What's up, YouTube? This is your boy Big Hoss, and welcome to the first ever episode of The Platform. In this series that I'm starting, this is going to be where you ask questions, give information and tips, and also interviews from some of the strongest people that I've ever met. So to get things kicked off, we're going to answer some questions. I asked you guys to send me some questions via Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and you guys really pulled through. So we're going to start off with the first question today. It comes from a friend of mine. It says, what motivates you? And who motivates you to powerlift the way you do? Great question, man. So I'll start with what motivates me first. The one thing I've learned over the years is that no one can motivate you more than you motivate yourself. Nobody wants to see you succeed more than you do. So I guess the only thing I would say that motivates me most is probably just me. I have had goals and I've always wanted to be strong, and I was always strong, but I wanted to be as strong as I could possibly naturally be. And when I found a system that worked for me, I just kind of went as far as I could possibly go. Sometimes it's a little harder than maybe I should. Sometimes I push my body maybe farther than I intended to. But the way I look at it is you can't learn from success. So that's probably the answer to number one. Number two, who motivates me? Quite a few people. Professionally, I guess the people who motivate me is Mark Bell. I'm a big fan of him. Ray Williams, Eddie Hall. These are guys that I have looked up to and probably mimicked my lifts after some form or fashion. Locally, quite a few people. People I've lifted with. One in particular, I caught myself competing with his numbers a lot just to see if I was as strong as he was. A lot of things that he done and has told me has helped me become a better lifter, become a better person, become a better man. That would probably be the two answers. Myself is what motivates me, and who motivates me is probably him. My wife motivates me quite a bit, just to push harder. There's times where I don't want to go to the gym. I'm just tired. I'm beat up. She's the one that keeps pushing me forward. So yeah, that's probably it. Good question, man. Thanks for asking. All right, last question. And this is going to be kind of a compact question. It comes from a guy named Dallas. He asked, what can he do to stay motivated? And what are some things he can do in the gym? He says that he's been big his whole life, and that at one point he had been fit, or he has gotten himself fit, but lost motivation and gained all of his weight back, and then some. He's asking what he can do to stay fit, what he can do to stay motivated, and what are some diet tips that I can give him. Coming from somebody who has struggled from that very same thing himself. I have been big my entire life. I have had diets that worked tremendously and lost motivation and gained all of it back. I've been on several diet programs. I've been on several powerlifting programs, and I have done several methods. So the first thing I need to tell you is no one is going to motivate you more than you can motivate yourself. No one has been in your shoes. You know how it feels to be that big. You know how it feels to not be as fit as you want to be. You know what that feeling is like. Keep that as your motivation. When you start dieting, you start getting into the gym and trying to find fitness, remember what got you there. Remember how you felt. What started you to become this journey anyways. Secondly, remember that this is a ending journey. This is something that doesn't end just because you've reached that goal. You have to keep the weight off. And thirdly and lastly, don't look and do not get caught up in the concept that you have to buy all the new program stuff to be fit. That's not the case. Actually, I would even suggest that you don't even look into that stuff until you are your own version of fit. See, people in the fitness industry and in Hollywood have their own look of fitness. And they want you to think that if you don't look like them, you're not fit. That's not the case at all. You have goals. My personal goal is to be as strong as I can possibly naturally be. And that's it. I have goals, and everything I do works towards that goal. So, my diet and my program does not fit in the same category as this guy's over here who wants to look like a supermodel. Now, if your goal is to look like a supermodel, and your goal is to look like Channing Tatum or a Hollywood actor, then by all means, work towards that goal. When you go into the gym, everything you do has a purpose. For me, when I go into the gym, I have days that is strictly focused on what lift that day is. Bench, deadlift, squat, overhead. Now, everything I do after that main lift is to increase or to work towards that lift. But that's because I'm wanting to be as strong as I can possibly be in that lift. It doesn't affect me how I look, or it doesn't affect me that I don't have abs or I don't have bulging biceps. That does not bother me because that is not my goal. If your goal is to be as strong as possibly being, then maybe look into a powerlifting program. If your goal is to look as good as possible as you can be, and you want to have a body that was sculpted by the gods, maybe look into bodybuilding. If you just want to be able to run and not lose breath as easily, maybe do a little bit more cardio. But everything you do in the gym focuses towards a goal. Now that transfers over to the diet. Because see, people don't realize that fitness doesn't stop because you stopped working out or you stopped pumping iron. That everything transfers out of the gym as much as it does in the gym. Sleep, energy, the food you take, the way you hold yourself, your job, all this partakes. Diet tips. If you want to lose weight, there are thousands of methods to do and diet regimens that people will shove down your throats. Find something that works for you. I cannot do a keto program because I like carbs. That is something that's my weakness. So for me to take carbs completely out of the program, I would fail. I cannot do a big cheat day because it takes so long to come back from that. So I suggest to anybody who is having a problem with diets, try intermittent fasting. It's a great way to lose weight. It has plenty of health benefits. And it's easy to stick to. There's also the eating every 3 hour regimen. I have tried that and it works. It's just expensive. And if you are a guy who doesn't have the money, or like me in my case, where I have a family of 5 and I have 4 other people to feed plus myself, it gets kind of expensive. So I suggest intermittent fasting at least until you can find something that works for you. The biggest and probably the most important thing is don't get discouraged. And that's very easily said and very hard to do. But try not to get yourself discouraged. Remember that Rome wasn't built in a day. And this weight is going to come off. But you have to realize that the weight, you didn't put the weight on in a day, and you can't take it off in a day. So have time to let your body grow. Have time to let your body get used to what you're trying to do. And have fun with it. Have fun. Enjoy your gains and enjoy the fact that you've lost 10 pounds and celebrate these things. These things are small details that will lead into a big outcome. People forget to celebrate, hey, I lost a pound. Yeah. People think about, man, I just lost a pound? That sucks. I was the same way, and I still am sometimes till this day. I forget that, hey, that's a pound less than I was yesterday. Or, hey, that's something must be working. Find goals. You cannot walk forward if your eyes are closed. And you cannot get to the future if you're too busy living in the past. Find something. Alright, guys. Well, I hope that maybe I helped you start your fitness journey. And I wish you nothing but the best of luck. If you have any suggestions or advice for me, please leave them down in the comments below. If you want to get in touch with me and you have any questions you would like to get answered, you can reach me at Big Hoss Powerlifting on my Instagram or my Gmail at Big Hoss Powerlifting without the O. Please like and subscribe. Until next time, remember, always stay strong on the platform.